Hello everyone, I'd like to talk about mindfulness in daily life. As you can see, everyone who has an iPhone, in your mobile phone you can just Google mindfulness. Sometimes you can use mindfulness meditation, sometimes just mindfulness. Okay, if you want to know something more academic, maybe mindfulness and neurology, because there's a lot of research by scientists, okay, who use mindfulness meditation to understand human brain and also human psychology, human behavior. So you just Google mindfulness or mindfulness meditation, or maybe mindfulness therapy, like that. You're going to find something. Actually, in the article mindfulness in the Wikipedia website, the article on mindfulness has more than 70 references of articles and books in English alone. So mindfulness is booming and people use this in daily life. So why do we use this? Why do we need this? Yes, we need this because we are so stressed out. Our life is so stressful. Under stress, sometimes we say something we later regret. Stress also affects our performance. Neurologists, some people like this, some scientists like this, okay. Daniel Goleman, who has written one of the best selling books, Emotional Intelligence. He is one of the authors here. Another one is his colleague, Professor Richard Davidson from Wisconsin University, someone who has meditated for the last 40 years. So mindfulness is about stress management then. Stress management. Because if we don't manage stress well in life, we become very unhappy and we lose our temper very easily. Our thoughts, our emotions, they go the negative way. As a result, we lose the appreciation of everything that we have worked for. To be like that, to be in that situation, is a tragedy. So mindfulness is very important. I live in Oxford. I graduated from Oxford University. I like to tell you one thing, that in Oxford there is Mindfulness Center. It's called Oxford Center for Mindfulness. We use mindfulness meditation and Buddhist psychology along with Western psychology to teach clinical psychologists who work in hospitals to help people. You can do a master degree, you can also do a PhD program. Now what I like to talk about this in daily life is that mindfulness helps you to retain your calmness. If you are calm inside, that inner peace helps you to make a lot of good decisions, correct decisions. People under stress, not only they give up easily, but they also make a lot of mistakes. It's not this book, but by a book written by Professor Richard Davidson, The Emotional Life of Your Brain. The Emotional Life of Your Brain. It's study about Buddhist meditators, 21 of them, in the lab. During their meditation, people take a lot of their brain images using the latest technology such as fMRI and EEG to take their brain images. And people find that because of mindfulness meditation practice, people can manage their stress very well. They don't stumble at all when they come face to face with stress. Sometimes the intrapersonal relationship is not good. Yes, sometimes the job is not earning you enough, but sometimes it's due to your health situation. And sometimes people who are stressed out themselves, they gossip about you. So all these things, they cause you stress. They make you unhappy. But it's not so much about those people around you, but it's about how you look at them, how you view them, how you react to them. So today, look at the title of this book, Alter Tricks. Science reveals how meditation changes your mind, brain, and body. Okay? Changes the way we react. We can react through anger, we can react through bitterness, through agitation, through disappointment. We can give up also. So those are negative reactions. But we can actually embrace the negative experiences with mindfulness, with compassion, without being shaken by the experience itself. So every time you face them, you become actually quite mature. The first thing, when you get up in the morning, you start thinking about your work of the day straight away. What you have to do, whether you have completed yesterday or not, whether you have done well or not, whether other people will criticize you or not, if you're going to perform well. So all these anxieties, they run through your head straight away as you open your eyes. You haven't started working yet, but your brain is running like a rat. What you should do at that time, just give yourself 1 minute, virtually 60 seconds. Connect with your breathing, calm down your emotion, calm down your brain. You can count breathing in and out. Breathing in, maybe 1 to 5, you count. Breathing in, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then breathing out, count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slow and deep breathing, just for 60 seconds. You're going to find that your mind is calming down. When you start thinking about your work straight away, the muscle around your body, they get tense straight away. But as you start breathing deep and slow, your muscle will relax. The tense muscle, they use up maximum energy. The relaxed muscle, they use minimum energy, but maximum performance. So you need to learn how to relax during the day. This is what mindfulness is for, mindfulness meditation is for. The second day is that during the day, when you drive, or when you are on the bus, when you are on the train to work, and also when you're at work, maybe when you're in a meeting, or maybe when you're opening your email and you see a lot of work, maybe some of them negative, some of them urgent like this, you can see once again your brain is running mad, using maximum energy. The whole body is tense because the brain dictates the nervous system that this is an emergency situation. It's a life and death situation. Well, it's not a life and death situation all the time. So what you should do then is to tell yourself, What's the emotion? Is it anxiety? Is it worry? Try to identify that emotion. And if you like, you can write down on a piece of paper. If anxiety, write down, this is anxiety, 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 3-4 times. And then just place it away. Okay. Or you can note it in your mind straight away. Look at yourself, and this is anxiety, this is anxiety, this anxiety. To register anxiety 3 or 4 times may take you maybe a third of a minute, maybe about 20 seconds. The old brain, what we call the old brain, when anxiety is at its peak, the amygdala part of the brain start working. So we have to bring the attention back to the hippocampus area. That's another part of the brain which is associated with calmness, with a correct decision, with happiness. So this part of the brain, hippocampus area of the brain, has to work and has to have more activities, not the amygdala area. If you do this, even during the meeting, say when you have a heated argument during the meeting, maybe at home, maybe in the office, maybe during your call, speaking to someone, maybe a customer, maybe an operator, maybe a company, for whatever reason, if you can identify your anxiety and accept this, develop a practice of acceptance of this anxiety. If you can regard this anxiety as your only and one child, embrace it. Are you okay? Talk to your anxiety. Are you okay? What can I do for you? Take slow and deep breathing and talk to your anxiety. Are you okay? Then what will happen? I'm going to read you from this book, Author's Traits, okay, from one of the best-selling authors of the New York Times, Daniel Goleman, and also Professor Richard Davidson. Those two people, they have advanced what you call neuroplasticity theory, using mindfulness in daily life. So I'm going to, you can see this is the brain, the brains is what we call the alpha, the brain waves. If you are a scientist, you can identify this very easily. Okay. I'm going to read from page 84. If we persevere with mindful investigation, we investigate what anxiety is about. We investigate the habit of the anxiety. If we persevere with mindful investigation, that pinch becomes an experience to unpack with interest, even equanimity. Meaning we can now, at some point with experience, we can look at anxiety with equanimous mind, with a calm mind. Okay, anxiety, are you there? Hello, anxiety. You can wave, okay, to anxiety like that, without being shaken, without being changed in your in the wiring of your brain. Okay, so you will be steady in daily life. We can see our aversion fall away. Whenever there's anxiety, we have aversion to our own work. Sometimes we want to give up easily. If we speak to someone, if we disagree and we feel tense, now you can see aversion in yourself and also in the other person. Now the conversation is not going on smoothly. The negotiation may not be successful. The relationship between you and the other person may not endure. So it's important to know these things. We call them emotional intelligence. Just remember one word: emotion intelligence. This is what comes from mindfulness. EQ. EQ. People at the top of the business world, they are very good at EQ. You can shout at them, you can tell them, you can criticize them, but they can smile at you and listen to you. So mindfulness gives you that kind of resilience. You remember the word resilience, not my word. Okay, I get this word from Harvard Business Review book. The title of the book is called Resilience. It's about mindfulness researches. I haven't finished reading my sentence yet. We can see our aversion fall away, and the pain, the emotional pain, break down into subtler flavor. It's not rigid anymore. Now it becomes subtle. You can manage something subtle very easily. Dropping heat and intensity. You can identify each experience in detail. This is the work of mindfulness. Of course, mindfulness also means you will be able to notice something good in your daily life, that things are going on well. When you have someone disagreeing with you, yes, you still have many other people agreeing with you. If things are not going on well this time, there are many times in the past that things have worked in your favor. Don't forget them. When the going is tough, remember you have had many, many good times as well. I actually talk more than one aspect in this book. I have written this book. One of them is about the limited time that we have in our daily life. That life does come to an end. Okay, what we call death. Everybody fears this. But the Buddha, even before he became enlightened, when he first came face to face with a dead person, what did he do? He didn't get scared. Some people, they take to drink. They become drunk because it's too much for them to cope with the fear of death. But remember, Prince Siddhartha, before he became enlightened, when he saw someone dying, when he saw someone in pain, what happened to his mind? He actually became very concerned for the whole world. Look, everywhere in the world is going to become like this. I must help them, I must help them. So actually that bad experience motivated him. Remember the word motivation. If you don't have a good motivation, you are not going to become a leader in anything you do, in business, in media, in community, in politics, in philosophy, in education. You need motivation. But this motivation, remember the Buddha, remember his mindfulness practice. He thinks about other people. Okay? He thinks about other people. So whenever you have a hard time, remember to think about other people, that you are not the only one. This is mindfulness. The word "you are not the only one" in Pali is called anatta. Anatta means you are not the only one. If you have suffering, if you think you are the only one, this is atta, meaning self-centered thinking, meaning personalizing tendency. That's the cause of suffering. So mindfulness helps us to see this and helps us to steer our mind to the right path, that is, to the universal experience, to remind ourselves that we do have good time and we need to rejoice in them. One chapter in my book is about limited time that we have. It's called Meditation on Death. The Buddha said, even monks, no need to talk about lay people who don't have a lot of time to practice. Even full-time practicing monks, if they remember meditation on death, they can quarrel on some tiny thing. Why you quarrel? Because you want to score some points. You want to win. You want to prove yourself that you are smarter than other people. These are all nonsense. These are irrelevant. You don't have much time. You don't have that much time to prove everyone. Actually, you don't need to. You just need some peace of mind to enjoy what you have and look what you can contribute to the world. So in terms of contributing to the world, I have another section called Metta. That's about loving kindness. That's about connecting between yourself and other people. We need to retain this connection between us and other people. My suffering, other people's suffering, I need this connection. My happiness and other people's happiness, I need this connection. If I retain this connection, there is no danger of depression. And I also have one chapter on the Buddha. I have just recounted something about the life of the Buddha before he became a monk, how he became motivated and became determined to work for the whole world, not just his kingdom. Remember, he was a crown prince, but he chose not to become the successor of his father, not to become the king. Instead, he wanted to work for the whole world because he is now connected with everyone in his kingdom and beyond his kingdom. He can see their suffering, he can see their anxiety, he can feel their joy as well. So he can connect with them. He doesn't know all their names. He doesn't know all their professionals. He hasn't spoken to all of them. But his experience and the way he understands his experiences helps him to connect with all of them. So there's one section called Metta. In brief, I like to sum up that mindfulness is the beginning of all the positive qualities, including happiness, awareness, good performance, compassion, kindness. Everything comes from mindfulness. Whether or not you are being considerate to your friend, to your family, to your colleagues, it depends on how strong your mindfulness is. Thank you.